ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to finally have the chance to introduce my friend here on this floor, Aaron Cherokee.
Is this a loud crowd or a quiet crowd? Which one? Yes. I'm here. I teach Capoeira here in the city at Mercy Junction and also in Cleveland as well. And the first thing with Capoeira is everyone asks, what is Capoeira? And I promise you that is the hardest thing to answer because there's so many different layers to Capoeira. Capoeira it can be what you want. It can be a workout, it can be a fight, it can be a dance. But for me, I'm missing culture because I'm brought from a place where culture is stripped and where my language was stripped and I had nothing, absolutely nothing. And then I found Capoeira and it has the same background. It has the same history. It was in South America, in Brazil, where some of the slaves were brought to, as well as the United States. And within that, they formed Capoeira to help free themselves out of slavery. And when I discovered this, I was like, for my life, for Capoeira, I was like, wow, it has the same identity that I have, but it's beautiful. It's not hated. It's strong, it's deadly, but it's graceful. So, with Capoeira, you also have instruments. This is a berimbau. This is what you use to maneuver your way through the roda. The roda represents the world, it's a circle. I will call the players to either play or fight. Play or fight. People are like, well, which one is it? Well, when you greet somebody, hello, how you doing? They pull their hand back. It was a playful gesture, or hello, nice. But then you might have to defend yourself. So in the order, you might be playing, or you might be fighting. That's the reason why before I go, Mayo ideo, pequeño sueño, que se empeñó, por Deus que me deu, na hora da capoeira, grande pequeño sueño. Basically what I just said was, God is big. God is bigger than I am. I am small. But when I add God to my life, in the heart, in the world, I can play this game with His greatness. I would like to hear y'all say, let's go. Eu sou Angolera. Can y'all say that? Eu sou Angolera. Eu sou Angolera. Angolero que eu sou. Eu sou Angolera. Angolero que eu sou. Angola is where most of the slaves came from that ended up in Brazil. So they always pay homage back to Angola, to Africa. It wasn't well documented, so we don't know exactly who came from where and what. But what we do know is you have slaves from Africa mixed with the indigenous Indians of Brazil, and together they form Capoeira. That's just the part of the music, some of the history behind it. It's so deep, it's so depth. It goes on and on and on, and it has a beautiful, beautiful history. So when you ask me what is Capoeira, it's hard for me to answer, because what it is to me is differently than what it would be to you, and to my wife, and to my sons, and to this, and that's what makes it so beautiful. So if you're ever interested in Capoeira, don't watch, play. It's like a conversation. You cannot enjoy the conversations unless you step into the water. So with that, I'm going to show you some of the movements. The music, as you heard, It can go fast, it can go slow. Now, the music tells what the mood is going to be. And it can be as graceful. And in Capoeira, regardless, if it's your friend or your brother, you must always protect yourself. Always protect yourself. Because you never know if the other person has enough control in their movements. So in class, I don't tell them not to hit. I tell them to never hit. And don't never hit anybody without intending to hit them. Because if you hit someone by accident, then you don't have control of yourself. If you don't have control of yourself, then you don't need to play. You have to gain control. There is a faster game. Sometimes I play the faster game, but I like the slow game. The discipline, the strength, the accuracy. In Capoeira, we don't block. We let your energy flow. Because the energy never stops. It changes. And I don't want your energy. So I'm gonna move out the way. And with them moving out the way, I set up for my attack. You must always watch the person you're in the water with. Because if you can't see them, you can't defend yourself, right?